Hey guys, so I gotta say, the last few weeks have been really weird. I mean, nothing feels normal. And if you're like me, you've had to adapt to all sorts of new things. I was thinking about how things change. It seems like that's a word that reflects where we are right now. Like things have changed, right? Like we're in this weird, crazy season of change. Everything we thought this year would be, well, that's no longer the case. Every plan we thought we had, it's sort of been hijacked by this COVID-19 response. I mean, things have changed. And with that change, it comes curiosity and anticipation. There's expectancy and possibility, but kind of bundled with that is a lot of uncertainty, a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. There's anxiety, there's fear, kind of all of that just bundled together. And many of us, we don't like this change that we're going through in a lot of ways because like we really don't have much say in it. We don't have much control. We just have to kind of roll with what's happening around us. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to be in control. I like to control the change, and I'm finding that in this season, no one really asked my opinion. No one really wanted my input. It's like we're at the mercy of the wind wherever it decides to blow, and we're just along for the ride, and I don't like it. I like to be in control. I like to know the plan, or better yet, I like to be the one that makes the plan. I like to be able to see what's coming next, but guys, that's not really where we are. And so what do we do when everything changes? Like, what do we do with that? Well, guys, I think we need to hold on. I think we need to, like we've been saying, we need to take a step back and we need to get some perspective. I think we need to remember that this world isn't revolving around me. It's not revolving around Steve. It's not revolving around you or any of us for that matter. Guys, we're not the point of the story. We're not the point of the story being told. We're just characters within the narrative. But not every change is meant to be about us, even if we're affected by it. And no matter how hard we try or want to believe in ourselves, I'm not sure we really ever have control, do we? Like now we may scheme, we may plan, we may organize, we may anticipate, we may adapt. But life doesn't obey our command. In Proverbs 16:9 it says we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Guys, the one constant we can trust in the midst of this change is that God stays the same. Though things may change, remember that God doesn't. In fact, Hebrews 13:8 says that he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And he doesn't falter. Even when the world is falling apart, his plans do not fail. And when he leads us to seasons of change, guys, if for nothing else, we can trust that he's able to see the other side of this. And he knows what he intends to do. So guys, let's lean into the change today. Like maybe this season of change that we're in right now, like maybe it's a good thing. Like it may not always be the original plan. It may not always make sense, but guys, I think God steps into our lives sometimes and he begins to shake things up, to get us back on track to where we need to be. And the change may take us by surprise. It may not feel good in the process, but the end goal, the ultimate purpose of the change is to bring ourselves back in line with the mission God has for us, both personally and corporately. And so we've certainly gone through some changes this month. Life has been turned upside down for so many people. And many of us have more questions right now than answers. But guys, I believe God is moving among us. And maybe our response should be less panic and more process. Less grief over the plans that were lost and more hope in the plans that God is leading us toward. My prayer for us is that guys, that we would find a way to stay united as one heart and one mind as we process God's call for our lives during this time of change. And guys, I believe that we can have hope, that we can rejoice that God, he's doing a new thing in our world, that we're part of something greater at work. And so I'm kind of anxious to see where God takes us next. And I guess in saying all this, my hope is that we can hold on to not lose sight of that bigger perspective, that bigger picture, even though we may not see every step along the way. Guys, God is moving in this, and He has greater things in store for His people. Like, I don't know about you, but it's exciting to think that we get to play a part in that process. And so rather than trying to control what I can't, guys, I'm going to choose to trust the one who can. And in the waiting, I'm going to open myself up to the process of change and see what God would do in my life. And so wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, as we experience this time in the wilderness, guys, may God strengthen us. May He bring a renewed spirit to trust in Him. And may God give us peace as we journey through whatever changes lie ahead. God bless you guys. I love you. I miss you. I pray that we trust God no matter what comes. And I hope to see you all soon. Amen.